Hello, everyone. My name is Jim Williams. I am your instructor for higher education law this semester. Uh, we will all learn a little bit together as this is my first time teaching this class online. The prior three sessions have been taught in person, and this is my fourth time teaching the class, and this one, as I say, is my first online. So I am putting together the materials to build the course on Canvas, and those, as you will see, are being published sequentially in a manner that I trust or hope makes sense. If at any point during the course of the course anyone has questions, please feel free to reach out. The best email to reach me at is initial J Williams, all lowercase, at defur.com. And that is currently in the announcements as well. So, in general terms, my plan is to do a lecture for each unit or week. The weeks in the syllabus correspond to units or modules. The reading is set forth in the syllabus. We are using a wonderful text, Kaplan and Lee, the sixth edition. It's available electronically from almost any vendor, and it is Kaplan and Lee, The Law of Higher Education. It is the sixth edition student version. And the pages that I have set forth in the syllabus are the e-version pages. I presume most of you will use that version. If not, if you do get a hard copy, the chapters correspond, and I think I've put the chapters in each unit as well. I will do 5 random quizzes. I'll give notice when those are coming. I will do discussion forums on certain issues, and we will have 3 medium length research papers that we will do and present. In an effort to personalize things just a bit, I will conduct some Zoom sessions for those of you who are able to attend, and I will give plenty of notice on when those will occur. As we do it, I'd love to get to know each of you, and if possible, in all prior years, I've taken everyone out to dinner sometime right before the end of the semester. We usually go to Pizza King out on North Wheeling, and so I would love to continue that tradition to, again, personalize this course as much as possible. When we think about higher ed law, the course text that I have selected is really very, very good. It is a long-term resource and should be a long-term resource throughout your careers. If any of you have an interest ultimately in attending law school, let me know, and I will adjust certain things for you to give you more foundation for that potential course of study. But generally speaking, I am teaching this course in a manner that is most useful to folks who want to end up doing higher ed administration. And so, as part of that, and you may have heard this from others who've taken the course, I want you to leave the course ultimately with really 10 principles that are designed to guide you in your careers, and they are very general rules developed over the course of my practice to keep you out of trouble in your work. And trouble, I mean the term loosely, but I think as we have seen over the last 30 or 40 years, higher ed has become not unlike any other aspect of our society in that there are periods of time and individuals who are simply litigious in nature, and we end up getting sued and we have to deal with it. My career has been really blessed in the sense that I started practicing law in 1991. After graduating from Maurer School of Law, at that time it was still IU Bloomington, my undergrad was at Wabash College. For your benefit, for those of you who are interested, I have placed my CV in the files for the course, and I believe that has been published. And again, if there are things that don't appear that I suggest have appeared, let me know that, because it's quite possible and perhaps likely at times I will make a mistake. So with that, as I say, my career started in 1991. I started practicing at a law firm in Indianapolis called White and Robb, doing largely litigation. In the spring of 1994, I received a call from a friend at Defer Varan, my current firm in Muncie. They were needing a litigator here, so I came up to Defer Varan in Muncie. Was immediately immersed in affairs of the university and representing the university as a lawyer. Did so until 1998, when I returned to my hometown of Liberty, Indiana, Union County, and ran for judge and was a trial court judge for a term until 2005, deciding at that point that I wanted to return to the practice of law. Came back to Defer Varan and Muncie, and again became immersed in the legal affairs of the university. And it's been really a wonderful client to work with. I've also represented Taylor University. I've represented Earlham College, Anderson University, Wabash College, and have appeared on occasion for Purdue, Indiana State, and Indiana University in a variety of matters. So it really has been a blessing to be associated with those institutions and the world of higher ed. For whatever headaches you may have in your careers, there is really nothing as vibrant and as enjoyable as spending time in a university setting, in my opinion. So, and the practice of law has been wonderful, being part of that world and guiding the university and its citizens through any number of stressful events over the years, and happy events as well. So during this course, we will hopefully have an opportunity, as I say, to get together occasionally, even by electronic means, and we will be covering some current events, not the least of which is the culture wars that are brewing nationwide, and where universities find themselves at an intersection or inflection point under a variety of criticisms and scrutiny from folks across the political spectrum. So with that, let's talk just briefly about our first week. Excuse me. I have assigned reading for the next week of the course, which includes the introduction and general overview, which are the pages within the text set forth in Roman numerals. I believe that would be 42 through 52, and chapter 1, pages 1 through 59. That's not, and our readings will generally be in that range. Sometimes they're a bit longer, and then with the lectures that I will record, we will cover those as best possible. I will cover the salient points in the course of those lectures that I record. I will likely develop some written materials to go with them, and other readings that I will upload from time to time. And I will be including another reading for this first week in short order. One of the things that I am certain that I will miss is the interaction that we have in an open classroom regarding all of those interesting things that occur over the course of time involving the intersection between law and education. So I will be posting items from various media sources for your digestion, and then an opportunity to put some things in a discussion forum on the Canvas learning module. If at any point, as I say again, I want to emphasize, if you have questions, email me at the Defer email address, or go ahead and put something. I will endeavor to check my Ball State webmail. I have traditionally not been as diligent about that and would freely acknowledge that I haven't, but with being on Canvas, it does pop up, I think. So I will see it, I hope, more readily this semester than perhaps I have in prior semesters. This first week, I just want to emphasize that universities, colleges and universities, as it concerns legal affairs, are no different than any other institution in American life, in that they are subject to scrutiny by judges, by legislatures, by lawyers, by agencies, governmental agencies, both state and federal and local. Your most an example here most recently is the COVID crisis and dealing with the Department of Education, the Department of Health, both state and local, as it concerns mask mandates, vaccinations, social distancing, and all of those things that have accompanied the pandemic. Lawrence Wright wrote a book this last year, and many of you probably have read some of Lawrence Wright's stuff in the New Yorker, called The Plague Year, and something he said in there struck me, and that is pandemics are always political, and anything that's political is also always legal. So when I started practicing back in 1991 and dealing with my alma mater, Wabash College, the need for lawyers at that time in the world of Wabash College was relatively limited. It's become much more of a common practice now for lawyers to be involved at any number of points during the year with students, with employees, with real estate, and with any matter of items that the college and university deals with. But when you think about Ball State University, for example, you have a Ball State police force. You have, obviously, a health department, or not a health department, but health and professions instruction that has all sorts of interactions with licensing agencies in the state of Indiana. You have hundreds and hundreds of employees, all of whom have legal rights and responsibilities. Students who have thousands of students who have legal rights and responsibilities. So there are a lot of things for higher ed administrators to be cognizant of as they do their daily jobs. And the goal of this course is, among other things, to give you sufficient background and understanding so that you're able to avoid those pitfalls or minefields that are out there for those who are working daily, laboring in the world of higher education. Now, when we think about, and that's really the universe of higher education law, when we think about the governance of higher education, a public institution is governed by its Board of Trustees or Board of Regents, which are typically appointed by some aspect or arm of the state, whether it be the governor or a state Department of Education, or in some cases they are appointed by a geographic district. So that's your direct governance, is your Board of Trustees, Board of Regents.